Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely shocking data coming out of Patton Analytics that proves, again, for the 10th consecutive week, that Pete Carmichael is the worst play caller in the NFL. We're going to break down these analytics. I tweeted this out. If you're not following me on Twitter, what are you even doing? Go down below. There's a link. I tweeted this out, but I want to make a full video dedicated to this. Just on the off chance that Mickey stumbles upon the video and I can get through to him there. Look at this. All right. Now, we know how these quadrants work. On the bottom is the efficiency score for play callers. Plus is better, minus is worse, okay? On the top, the easy button percentage, all right? That's RPOs, play action, motions, and screens. So let's break down what I'm looking at. The coaches up right are the coaches that use the most RPO, play action, motions, and screens. The coaches on the right versus left, right is the most efficient coaches, left is the least efficient coaches on a play-by-play basis. That's what the score is at the bottom. So as you can see, Mike McDaniel, far and away the best offensive mind in the NFL. No one doubted that. We've been saying it for a while. Who's behind him? Kyle Shanahan. Who else is in the conversation? Andy Reid, O'Connell, Kellen Moore, Todd Monken, Ben Johnson's up there, Ken Dorsey's there, Eric Bieniemy. We can see what's going on. Sean McVay. Okay, so no surprise, right? The best offenses are the ones with the most efficient play call per play and the ones who are using the most RPO, play action, motions, and screens. Makes sense, right? Now, have you noticed anything about this chart? Have you noticed anything kind of confusing? Are you looking at this chart saying, wait a minute, I see Bill O'Brien, I see the Patriots, I know they're terrible. I see Arthur Smith and I see the Falcons. I know they're terrible. I see the Panthers. I see Nathaniel Hackett. I see Matt Canada. I see all these guys. I see the Giants. Where the hell are the Saints? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're eating, put your food away because this may cause you to be nauseous. All right? If there's children in the room, get them out. They should not be viewing something like this. All right, women and children out of the room, put your food away. Are you sitting down? If you're standing up watching this video, take a seat. Are you ready? Look at this. Look at where Pete Carmichael is. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Pete Carmichael is so far in the bottom left corner, he's almost breaking the chart. He's so... In order for me to show Pete Carmichael, I almost have to open my window and jump out of my window 5 stories down, lying face down on the concrete on the sidewalk. If I did that, I would be where Pete Carmichael is on this chart. I'm going to eliminate myself and just have you hear my voice, just so you can see Pistol Pete. Look where he is. Think about how bad, okay? Just take a look at how bad he is. He could not be further left. He could not be further bottom left. He could not be further away from Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid, Kellen Moore, Todd Monken, Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey got fired. Pete Carmichael would have to think about how much Pete Carmichael would have to get better, how much he would have to improve just to be in the same group as Matt Canada, Bill O'Brien, Mike Kafka, the Thomas Brown, Nathaniel Hackett. He would have to get so much better to be among the worst offenses in the NFL. This is unbelievable. And this isn't like, oh, this is the first week of the season. This is updated. Let's check out some more. This chart. Let's look at it again, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely unbelievable. Take a picture of this, screenshot it, make it your phone wallpaper. Look at where Pete Carmichael is. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been going on for almost 30 weeks of NFL season, right? All of last year, and now we're 10 weeks into this. 17 plus 10 is 27. We have watched this, and we have sat here, and Mickey Loomis has allowed this to happen, and look at how bad it is. Let's not stop there. Let's take a little sneaky peek at the rest, right? Ranking offensive play callers after week 10. Look at the top. No surprise. We just saw the chart, right? At the top, Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, Todd Monken, Kellen Moore, Ken Dorsey, who just got canned, Andy Reid, Brian Johnson. Look at this. And then look at the bottom. Look at the suckbags on the bottom. Arthur Smith, Bo Hardigree, Bill O'Brien, Mike Kafka, Matt Canada. These guys are absolutely terrible. And look how much worse Pistol Pete is. Look at how much worse he is compared to the rest. Look at it. It's making me nauseous. Let's take a look here. Ranking offensive play callers after week 10. Personnel and market efficiency with team constraints. Where's Pete? Anyone want to guess? Oh, LOL. He's 32. 32 last. Look, I mean, it's unbelievable. These are just analytics. And our team, our front office ain't doing nothing. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we're going back to this graph. You know, this just goes to show you, whenever this is why it blows my mind when I'm sitting up here and I'm explaining how bad Pete Carmichael is. And then some people say, well, James, brother, we're top 10, brother. We're top 10 in yards. We're top 13 in points scored or whatever. The offense isn't that bad. It is that bad. Okay? It is absolutely that bad. How many times do I got to say it? Do not let the results skew what's actually happening. The results in this case being yards, points, whatever. Look at this. Like, if you look at the chart, right, and you look at this little curve right here of Smith, Hardigree, Bryan, Kafka, Canada, Brown, Hackett. You look at that, right? And then you go to the other side. Look at this little pocket up here. Reed, Moore, Shanahan, McDaniel. The NFL has become very simple. It's just who's got the good offense, who's got the most creative offense, who's being the most efficient. That is the best indicator of success with the way the league is built. It's no surprise that Kyle Shanahan and the Niners are here, that Andy Reid and the Chiefs are here, that the Ravens are here. One of the most efficient per play teams, as you can see by the score. All right, they're doing it without a ton of motion. They're doing it without a ton of RPO, play action, all that stuff. All right, so you don't have to do that. You don't have to be the highest up and the furthest right, as long as you're far right. As long as you're on the right side of this chart here, then you're good to go. And you look at the rest, and it's like, yeah, no doubt, no surprise. The Patriots are over here. No surprise. The Falcons, the Raiders, the Giants. But we're not even in their ballpark. That's what really blows my mind. That's what really shocks me. Like Arthur Smith, if he used like 50% less RPO, play action, motions, and screens, he would be down here with Pistol Pete as far as the easy button percentages. But even then, he's almost like half of a percentage better than Pete Carmichael on the bottom left as far as like moving left to right. It's crazy when you see this kind of stuff. And then we have to sit here and we have to say, oh, well, this is why it drove me crazy whenever we did the Mickey Loomis interview reaction WWL video. And we were talking about A.T. Perry. And Loomis is sitting here and he's like, yeah, we like what A.T. Perry can do. We like that he can kind of fill in for injured Michael Thomas, whatever. And I kept saying that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about A.T. Perry. It doesn't matter about our backup left guards. It doesn't matter about our offensive line play. I don't care who we have on the field. If we had a wide receiver core of Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, and Reggie Wayne, it wouldn't matter because we have this going on. We could have all pros at every single position. It's not going to be fixed as long as this chart reflects the offense. As long as this chart reflects what's happening, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're making Mike McCarthy, Big Mike, look like Vince Lombardi on this chart. We're making Zach Taylor look like Bill Walsh. How is this chart reality? How has this chart been the reality? And we're doing nothing about it. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It really is. And like Sean Payton's a good example, right? Sean Payton's on here. Sean Payton is not using a lot of the easy button percentages. He's not. But his team is efficient. He's right there as far as the score. Middle of the road, slightly above. I'd say slightly above average. Right there with Eric Bieniemy. Right there with Ben Johnson. And you think about some of these rosters too. Like, think about how much worse the Broncos offensive roster is, or the Commanders offensive roster is, versus the Saints. And yet we are this far back compared to them as far as efficiency and Pete Carmichael scores a play caller. It's just, when I saw this, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I mean, I really couldn't stop thinking about these charts. I really couldn't believe what I'm looking at. This was Stephen Patton Analytics, if you're on Twitter. Good follow. Great follow. He releases these charts and he kind of breaks stuff down. As you know, I love this kind of data. I love the deep analytics. It's just shocking. It really is. It really, really is. We got to get rid of him. Loomis has got to do something. He's lost. Carmichael is lost. I cannot believe this. I really can't. Let me know in the comments below, ladies and gentlemen, what you think about this chart. What do you think about these numbers? We'll take a look at the other ones too real quick since we're doing all this. Boom. Offensive play callers. Carmichael, far and away the worst. And then another chart for you. 1 to 32. I mean, look at it. What teams are struggling this year? I'm telling you guys. I know I say it all the time. I know it sounds easy. You can really just do this, and this is pretty close to how the teams are, how the performance is, right? You look at the records. You look at who's a playoff team. You look at who's a Super Bowl team. Look at this list on the left. Look at the top 12. Look at the top 12 in personnel and market efficiency with team constraints. Dolphins, Niners, Ravens, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Vikings, Lions. Like, these are good teams. And then you flip it. Saints, Falcons, Raiders, Patriots, Giants, Steelers, Cardinals. Like, yep, these are bad teams. Bears, Panthers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Were you shocked by this? Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.